seconds. Alternate referee, Luis Rivera. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 12th round, North American Boxing Federation Light Heavyweight Championship, is referee Frank Adams. And our boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the black pin. He kicked in at an even 222 pounds. This gentleman has a record of 18 wins, 2 losses with 12 knockouts. The former World Boxing Council heavyweight champion from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the challenger, Terrible Tim Witherspoon. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He weighed in at an even 261 pounds. This young man has a record of 17 wins, 1 loss, with 10 knockouts. Available with Greensboro, North Carolina. And now he's fighting at Atlantic City, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the opponent, North American Boxing Federation heavyweight champion, Big James Relax Robb.
Okay, fellas, we went through the instructions in the dressing room previous to this. I just want to remind you, I want you to watch your low blows, watch your head butts, and when you're tied up, I'm going to tell you to break. I want you to take 1 step backward. You got any questions at all? All right, take hands down, come out fight.
So we are set to go. Witherspoon and Broad, both 27. Similar in height, but very dissimilar in weight. Witherspoon figures to be a lot faster, 40 pounds lighter than Broad. Broad's got a 5-inch reach advantage over his man. Witherspoon has lost just 2 fights. One was to Larry Hall. You saw a brief highlight of that at the outset of the show. And he certainly acquitted himself well. Here's Broad now coming out and lunging back from the first attempted punch thrown by Tim Witherspoon.
Nobody should go out and buy a hot dog because both these guys are going to start throwing bombs early on. Oddly enough, Broad is the guy that's readier. Witherspoon isn't sweating a drop, and he gets a no-no in the first round.
It's true. He's standing there in the corner. He has no perspiration. He didn't warm up at all. He could be caught, stiff right now, and he could go out.
Well, he is a big man and fights mighty well. No question about that.
Witherspoon's got to fight that kind of a fight, an outside type of a fight. Don't fall in, because Broad's got vicious uppercuts with either hand, and I seen him take guys out with that punch. And with Broad, light's not right. He's a big guy, and he likes to be bigger, because first time he weighed light, he got licked with Marvin Frazier.
He was big as an amateur, weighed 215 back then. As we said, 261, coming to this Buffalo Memorial Auditorium ring tonight to meet Tim Witherspoon.
That is definitely big. 261.
But he is the defending North American Boxing Federation heavyweight champion. Witherspoon trying to box him. Big smile on the face of Broad now as he grins at his opponent.
This ring, Carlos, it bounces. There's a couple loose spots in the ring.
Snapping right thrown by Witherspoon. That's connected.
And that's not comfortable for fighters when the ring is loose and bounces like that.
Yeah, both those right corner and left corner bounce. You notice when they go in there, it'll be like a little trampoline.
20-foot inside ring measurement here, but very shallow ring apron.
Everybody gets asleep and gets excited and leaves his camera on the outside. Fighter can step on it and really twist an ankle.
The big pounder and the smaller boxer in the ring here in the first bout tonight. North American Boxing Federation heavyweight title on the line. And with white trunks, Tim Witherspoon. Lost to Thomas and Holmes, a couple of good ones. The only blemishes on his career.
Would you ever dream you call 222 a small guy?
Everything's relative, right?
It's incredible.
Sure looks small next to him, doesn't he? His final 15 seconds underway here in this first round. It is scheduled for 12 in Buffalo. Clearly an eventful first round, as you have seen, but Witherspoon with his quicker hands has been able to land blows. Time winds down now in round one. Round two is underway here in Buffalo. Tim Witherspoon, White Trunks on the right. Big James Broad weighing 161. Or 261. Witherspoon looks 161 next to him.
Witherspoon's got to fight this kind of a fight all night long, Carlos. Cannot gamble. He's got to be cute, smart, box, stiff left hand. Don't fall in. Those wide shots liable to get nailed with an uppercut.
Exactly. You know, this is the most controlled I've seen him. He's very controlled there. He's boxing a very smart fight up to this point. Like you say, he's giving him the motion and using his jab and getting in and getting out. That's exactly what he has to do.
This fight goes any type of a distance, which it may go the way it looks right now. We're going to have a little embarrassment because those velvet trunks are going to get saturated with sweat, and I'm going to think they're going to do a little drop job.
We'll wait and watch for that. But in terms of obvious extra weight, the 12 rounds would not benefit Broad, I wouldn't think. It did go the distance.
Well, he's got plenty of weight to lose, we'll put it that way.
He'll be down at 240 by the end of it.
You're dead right.
Witherspoon, the left shot to the body. But you're right, Witherspoon looks like he's got all night. He'll take his time. Broad, of course, looking to land that big one. The smile seldom leaves his face. Chopping right hand thrown by Witherspoon. Now the left and a right by Witherspoon. Most killing balls he has landed thus far.
Witherspoon can't fall in like that, Carlos, because if he falls in, this guy's going to go right up the middle with an uppercut. And that's what he can't afford to do. He's got to box, be smart, don't fall in.
And he's doing that. It's like he's hearing your instructions.
Another punching right. He's hurt. He's got big guy's hurt. Hand to the body, a left to the head. He's on the rope. Broad looking very, very wobbly right now. Trying to hang on as best he can. Another chopping right. Hammering right hand. The left by Witherspoon. He's all over Broad.
It looks like the party's over.
It is all over. Turn out the light. Come on, let's stop it right now. Stop it. A vicious attack wins it for Witherspoon. It's all over. Why the referees in this case bother even counting Angelo's beyond me. This is obviously the end of the fight. Was. Witherspoon a happy man now that it's official with his entourage dancing in the center of this Buffalo ring. But what a furious assault he unloaded on Big James Broad. All 261 pounds hitting the canvas like thunder.
He nailed him that shot, and the way he wobbled back, I knew it was all over. You knew it was all over, right, Carlos?
He was.
Eyes went out from under him. It was all over.
Yeah, exactly. I got a little excited. I think the referee should have stepped in there.
Oh, definitely.
But instead, he continued with a count, and here is how it happened.
Here's where he's hurt.
Right there.
Right
now
there.
he goes to the ropes, and he's almost defenseless. 4, that missed. 5.
Now, that fight should have been stopped right there.
A dozen blows right there. The referee
No more.
is looking in, but he took it to the limit. He waited for him to
He's
finally
out
go
there.
down. Yeah,
Watch him slide. For no reason.
Right there.
No reason.
Bad
He is
referee.
defenseless.
Too many shots.
Yep, he was totally defenseless there. And then he let him go down and take the full count before finally waving that it was all over.
Yeah, but what's good about the doctors were walking in during the count. So you got to give them credit. The doctors knew the guy was out of there.
Exactly. They stepped in. They were yelling for the ref to stop the fight.
As most people in this auditorium were.
It looks to me like Tim Witherspoon learned from that experience against Barry Holmes, because after he hurt him, he took his time and he took under control and he got him out of there. He didn't get too wild and crazy after he hurt Broad.
I thought he might have stung him very early in the round with his good, and he laid off for a few seconds and finally came on with the onslaught that, as you saw, has resulted in the end of the bout of the second round.